All right, this is Arya's second day meeting this Dalmatian. Curious to see how it goes today, if it goes better than yesterday. I'll explain in a second. But first, DJ, hit that shit. All right, welcome back. This is Kamiko. She is a 5-year-old. Well, I don't know, what would you call her? A Dalmatian, one of those Dalmatians, 101 Dalmatians, but instead we only have one, and that's her. Arya's outside. That means, welcome back, Stephen Jingwick with Strong Dogs USA. This is the third time I am doing this because the microphone died and the phone did not record. So great news for me that I got plenty of reps at this. Good news for you that you only get to hear these bad jokes one time. Now, where were we? So yes, I am kind of doing a quasi house sit and watching Kamiko, which is a good opportunity for me to introduce Arya to Kamiko because they might be seeing each other a little bit more often. So, introductions will eventually have to be made. Now, that's being said, I have been here a couple of times. I've met Kamiko maybe 3 times total, other than now, maybe 4. So she really has no training with me. Yes, I've been here before. That means, I'm not pulling a 98 RDJ and just strolling into people's houses and sleeping in random beds. Been here a couple of times, met Kamiko 3 or 4 times. So she knows me, but doesn't really know me. So really haven't even done any training. We did do introductions last night, and the microphone must have died or something else, probably more my fault than technology, but it's okay. Anyone who's watched this program long enough knows that I have an Academy Award in YouTube editing, so I'll be able to edit some of this together. Because I'm always transparent, I did make a few mistakes yesterday and introductions. Now, this is not the most ideal scenario. One being, this is Kamiko's home, so she does have home field advantage. I prefer dog introductions at a neutral place, but sometimes you have to train to the scenario in rather than, having the scenario to where you train. So it's one of those things, we're here, let's just go and get it done. So the big thing yesterday was, yes, I wanted them to sniff each other's butts, having a good experience, hopefully keep any confrontation low, keep 1, safety, 2, familiarity, 3, just a good and fun experience for the 2 of them, nice and high. But there was a small little scrap because I underestimated this one's little, tenaciousness. And Arya is always a very overconfident dog who likes to think she runs the place. She showed some submissive behavior. I even seen some nervousness when we've done our walks outside. And Arya, being Arya, I was more so managing her as you are a guest in someone's home, so therefore you have to calm your roll. You cannot just go and think you own the place. This one likes to get into other dogs' face to really test them out. Arya does not like other dogs in her face, and that's where she gets a little scrappy. I've seen her do with another Malinois and a few Rottweilers. She, again, has the balls of steel. So rather than having more control over Arya like I did yesterday, today what I'm going to do differently is have more control over Kamiko. This way I can really test her out to see where her threshold is with comfortability with other dogs. Arya will be on her e-collar. I'll put her in a down or a plots, and then I'll just keep Kamiko on the leash. Even though this is her home, yes, she has freedom to walk around, but I need to see where her threshold is at with other dogs. So therefore, if I hear her growling again, she's going to get a quick pop to avoid any confrontation. Now, she was always on a harness. I did swap it out for a flat collar. You can see it here. I still associated a flat collar as well as I could as kind of more of a crash course, just so she can get used to it. That one was a little too big for my liking, so I swapped it out for Arya's old martingale. So this way I have just a little bit more control over it. It's a little bit more snug, but still plenty big. The reason I don't like harnesses, especially when you're introducing 2 dogs, well, it's pretty simple. I got a better one. You know what wearing a harness and introducing dogs is like? We've seen it 1,000 times in movies. We've seen it in real life. It's like when you're at a bar and say someone bumps into you, spills your drink, scuffs your Jordans, you got to whip some ass. It's universal truth. It's as universal truth as food always tastes better when someone else pays for it. Someone scuffed the Jordans, you gotta whip some ass. That's it. So, whether it's a movie, real life, we've all seen it, but you've never seen this. And this is what it's like. You've seen it where two guys are about to go to blows. Some little girl comes in, some tricksy comes in, girlfriend, wife, whoever, posts up on one of the guys, tries to push him back, and he just keeps going right through her. That is what it's like wearing a harness when you're trying to introduce two dogs. First of all, I think you shouldn't be introducing them face to face, but because of that harness, and that's why I got rid of it, I wanted to have control over Kamiko. That's why I went to a flat. But you've never seen two guys go at it face to face with someone resisting them. That harness is that girl, is that woman trying to resist her guy to go into blows. You've never seen it where the guy stops, analyzes the situation, reassesses, and turns around. Never. Unless you're Jean-Claude Van Damme or even Chuck Norris. No, they're going to blows, and that's what it is. Like, if you're trying to maintain control, if you have to break up a couple of dogs and one's wearing a harness and they're going at it, that's what it's like when you're wearing a harness and introducing dogs. That's why it's a no-go. So with that, without further ado, enough of my rambling. Hopefully, like I say, you can see some of the training that we were doing before. Afterwards, all I did with them was just manage their downtime, making sure they were both comfortable. They're kind of in their separate corners. Kamiko was up on the couch, Aria was just over here chilling. And then during food time, dinner time, I still trained Aria, not to the full capacity like we would at our home or in the field, but just enough so she has, because this new environment between sight, smell, distraction, hello, she's going to be tested enough. So therefore, I just kept lowering and making sure she was on point. I think she did very well. Kamiko got into the mix a little bit. I've never fully trained her. Did a little bit today with breakfast just to see what would happen. So I might do it again tonight. You never know. Hey, sit down. Good. Good. Around some. Plus. Good girl. Good girl. Sit down. Good. Good plots. Hey, sit down. Sit. Matt, plots. Don't want to tag you, but I'm trying to keep you safe because I know what's going to happen. Sit down. Good. This is what I mean by staying on home field advantage. You can tell she's edgy. Aria wants to break. This is why I prefer two people and neutral territory, but we are where we are. Sit down. No, sit down. Good. Hey, sit down. Kamiko. And just ever so closer. Might do one more lap and then maybe just chill them out for a while. I know it's not exciting, it's kind of boring, but this is what you got to do. Behavior and temperament and ego and pride are a hell of a combination. Sit down. Hey, no. Kamiko, sit. How's this for a picture now? I can still feel the tension, or that's just me. Good girl. But no tension. There shouldn't be any tension. Yesterday was history. Today, we're just staying present. And I'm out of treats. Making sure we end on a high note. This is it. I'm gonna let Kamiko on the couch, and I'm gonna put Aria back where I put her yesterday. So this is it for this session. For this session, we'll probably try again a little while later. Good girl. Go. Up, up. Good girl. All right, up. Goose. Kamiko, no. Butt sniffing again. That's it. Sit. Plots. Good girl. Good girl. All right, plots.